literally had to put Gianluca onto oh fuck. Yo, tap your mic. Make sure the sound is good. Talk into it.
Hello.
Here we are. We're good. What's up?
Yo.
Yeah, we literally had to just pick this. We literally picked this video because the title was so ridiculous. I mean, Gianluca's never seen Jubilee. But like, as soon as I showed him the channel, we saw trans versus conservative woman are periods essential to womanhood. Alrighty, bro. God, bro. It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be an uphill battle.
So, I mean, without further ado, how you doing? You need a period if you're a woman. I thought so back in the day, but with with the new rules and everything, how you doing?
I ain't dying.
Let me see, where's... Yeah, here we go. Ready?
Oh my god.
Okay, so if I were a white person and I said I wanted to transition into a black person.
I'm afraid, hold on. I'm afraid to say she's cute. I'm afraid.
Yeah, she's hot.
But this is a trans versus conservative video. So I'm afraid!
Right.
Yeah, I'm afraid to say she's cute, bro. You never know.
You don't know what she's
Yeah.
gonna slap you with.
Yeah.
What part of the fucking, question she's gonna be on.
Fuck.
The debate.
To a black person. And I'm redefining
Transitioning into a black person.
She's
She's like, I'm transitioning to a black person. It's like, it doesn't go that way. It only goes one way. The Sammy Sosa way. You just go from black to becoming white. The Michael Jackson way.
Yeah.
Don't go the other way around unless just fucking wrong colors of makeup intended for women involved or just paint itself. Yeah.
appropriation. I consider it a challenge, and I consider it comparing apples.
Oh, this is a trans.
Transgender identity are two separate different things.
Vocals deep.
Like that throw. Conservative women. Oh, they found black conservatives. Okay, this is interesting right off the bat. They had to really pull.
Raise your hand if you're a black person that has the same ideology as Larry Elder. Clandestine.
Especially on social media, on TikTok, you're seeing a lot of people.
And she's hot too.
She's hot. Oh, she's a black conservative.
Yeah.
Oh, she's hot. This bitch ain't black. What the fuck is this?
Media, movies, like it's
No, she's just conservative.
She's just conservative. Okay.
drag story.
How did said black conservatives come to the table?
Really, I think predatory in a way, and I'm not saying every trans person.
Ah, damn, she is gorgeous though. I'm not gonna front. This woman is absolutely gorgeous.
She has to be Cuban though.
Who's playing in the next room?
I don't give a fuck. What she better than the Cuban, bro.
No, Cuban just because.
We're just out here objectifying the fuck out of this woman. I love it. Yeah. Oh god, she is gorgeous as well. All these women are beautiful. Amala.
Mala.
Oh, host of PragerU's. An absolute deplorable person.
What's PragerU?
You don't know Dennis Prager?
No.
Unaccredited Christian university. It's called Prager University. Like, if you get a degree from, it's like Bill Maher said. It's the same as Liberty University. Bill Maher made a joke about Liberty. Prager's like the same shit. It's like, you get a degree if you get the answers wrong on a test. You know what I mean? It's like, the more, like they teach ultra Christian shit at these schools. It's like our boy Bill said. It's like, yeah, you only get a degree if the answers are wrong.
Okay. Alright.
who recognize exists, and those who are experiencing.
She's right about that, about the gender dysphoria shit.
This social contagion gender dysphoria, where they're being exposed to it on social media or in school, or mom and dad are having a conversation about it with children, and children are now starting
It's like
to
COVID. Makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Right? People who are being born, they don't have to put the gender on the birth certificate, and they're saying you can choose whatever you want to be.
People, you're not
That's so
digging.
dangerous.
You're
You
not.
lie to them saying like
You're not. You're on a pillow.
You don't know.
You don't know. He's just a dumb dog. We have a dog. He thinks he's digging.
Digging right now.
They hate their life because they can transition as a child.
You're not. It's a pillow.
Amputated off healthy body parts and are invisible.
God, he's a dumb man.
The fact that the trans movement has got people shook has been so excited. The trans movement is not indoctrinating our youth.
You heard Black Lives Matter. You heard Trans Lives Matter. Now you got Black Trans Lives Matter. Oh my God! Look at the forearms on this dude. God damn.
This lady.
Yo, look at his jawline. You gonna tell me that's a lady, bro?
Lady.
Bro, look at this jawline, dog. God, look at these forearms.
Yo, those forearms are. You know what that is?
This
It's a
is
mechanical bull for jerking you off.
this is a male physical specimen. We need to be honest here. What we're looking at. There ain't nothing trans about this. There ain't a damn thing trans about it. This is a male physical specimen. We're getting canceled. Let's continue the video.
Understanding who they are at a younger age. And what I was hearing over here is a lot of what y'all are saying.
Bro,
I wonder what you think.
yo, Blossom. Oh my God. Okay, went after one of them Powerpuff names. Alright. Yeah, I bet you the name before. I bet you her name before was fucking. Bruv, I bet you her name before was some bullshit like Barney.
The question was indoctrination in general, am I correct?
But they're part of that.
Yo, who is this confused looking ass elderly Karen?
School. The kids enjoy it. The
He's like, are we really gonna pretend?
reading a story.
This woman's not even.
You got me fucked up.
You got me fucked up.
I have to agree with you guys. I do not like the drag within the social hours. I personally, as a trans person, didn't ever go to a drag show until I was about 40.
You not trans. My guy, you are a crossdresser.
Very deep voice.
You are a crossdresser.
Did he?
Who are you lying to, dog?
Did he cut
Who are you
off?
lying
Did he
to?
cut off balls? Because they're not. He's a cross.
Yeah, yo, you cut off balls. You know what they say? You be sounding like fucking Let me hold you, let me let your body. Turn me on, crazy. Turn me on, turn me on. That's what you look like. No, that's I think his name is Kevin Little. Yeah, you cut off your balls. You sound like Kevin Little.
Wait, did that dude cut off his ball?
No, he didn't. But he sounds like a eunuch. Yeah. He sounds like a eunuch. Yo, we got trans with the deepest voices I ever heard in my life, yo. They're not even good at the trans, John.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Sure. Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, these people are like...
We might have to scratch this episode, bro. 3 minutes in, I'm the most transphobic guy of all time. Yeah, like...
Pushing those Hall of Fame numbers.
Every now and then you get the kids and bringing.
Bro, this guy looks like his name is dude is Brian.
Dude, come on.
Yes, I get her.
Makeup.
She's wearing makeup. She's got trying.
He barely looks shaved. There's stubble on that motherfucker. Like, come on, what's going on, dog?
Dog.
Straight sex, any kind of sex.
Yo, get to say you trans, bro. You're not even making a solid effort. You just wore a wig.
You curriculum for sex education. You need to.
I know that when I was in preschool, I got my first crush on a boy, because to me at the time, in kindergarten, he looked like Prince Eric from.
This looks like John Lovitz, bro. This trans woman looks like John Lovitz wearing a fucking emo costume. God damn.
SNL legend John.
SNL John Lovitz.
Yeah, the mermaid. I don't think like.
Just drew down with this episode. Yo, Loki, you know who you're
And then
lying?
she kind of looks like fucking trans Terry Crews.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, if you saw this on the show, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's just an ugly girl. You know what I mean? You could buy it. You wouldn't.
Yeah, this one's not that bad.
This one's not like this one. You can. This one passes for a chick, but it's just a whore. It's just an ugly chick.
Ugly chick.
Yeah. Bro, remember the train, bro? He was like, yo, damn, and I was like, look at them hands. We're like, all right, never mind, bro. Yeah, they be getting good with the technology these days, dog. We be living in like artificial intelligence with these trans shit.
Every skirt.
Skur.
You think of youth in general, they're having sex at a lot younger age.
That's a robot chick right now.
I do not think it's because it starts at home with the parents.
Yo, that's Michael Jackson before he went white.
I was always saying.
You
know what?
He went white.
Look at those shoulders.
That's light skin Michael. Come on, no.
Yo, look at those shoulders, yo. That is a fucking NFL fucking.
Seeing what my children are going to have to be introduced to, it's like,
Nice thought. Yo, look at her.
And she gotta make it about herself. It's
all
like,
right.
you know what? That's
Oh,
the problem.
nice thighs.
That's the problem with these light skin girls.
Nice thighs.
That's the problem with these light skin girls, bro. They literally want to be white. White fucking Karen gotta make it about her.
Well, this one in particular because she's conservative. She's into Clandis Owens.
She's in the clandestine zone. She's
Yeah,
like,
but
oh, what am I
let's-
gonna have to teach my kids?
But nice thighs,
And what are
though.
my kids gonna have to, like, this fucking bitch.
Look at them legs, though.
No, she's the most unit of
In the yellow, yo.
She got hit
Thin with the
She
legs.
hits the gym. She out here with
Man,
the slim
she-
waistline.
Yo,
hips.
low-key. She
Looking
perfect,
like
dog.
Shakira.
She is
Out
perfect,
here with a
dog.
balonero.
God damn, she is perfect, dog. I ain't going for man.
She look Colombian, dog.
She exactly, bro. She look-
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, guapísima.
Guapita.
Guapita, you know what I mean? Damn, yo, those legs beautiful.
Oh, yo, she might
bro.
be the Aaliyah.
Yeah, bro.
Latina.
Yo, she got a nice face. She's cute. She's more than cute, bro. Like she is actually very, very, very attractive, bro. She got the hair, and then she got the legs, bro. You know what? I'm about to just come mid cast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're about
oh.
to come, guys.
Man, guapísima,
Está buena.
bruv.
Está rica.
Alright, never mind.
Bonita.
at young age, like I didn't even know what a gay person was.
Beautiful face too, bro. Man.
So I was like 12. And so they're going to be.
You really didn't know what a gay person was till 12? Where's she from? She's not Catholic. Cannot be. No way she's Catholic. You didn't know what a gay person was till you were 12?
I mean, just look at a priest.
Yeah, yo, like, I knew what a gay person was when I was 8. By then, someone got molested. You know what I mean? Like,
Having these really heavy adult conversations at a really young age just because of their exposure and that is honestly just scary because I don't want to have those conversations. That's why I will be homeschooling my kids because I do believe it is my responsibility to protect them and shield them from the outside world, which is targeting children.
The trans community and the trans movement is really shaking the course of what people think gender identity is supposed to be.
So in one sentence, you're saying that you guys are not responsible for the indoctrination that's currently happening.
Absolutely.
oh, God. You guys aren't responsible for the indoctrination. Shut your bitch ass up, fucking Rita Rabbit ass hoe. Yo, goddamn.
Dork
Ass bitch, bro.
With your fucking.
You Rita Rabbit ass fucking. Goddamn, yo.
New York Post.
Yo, can you just have like a 10 times better vibe, yo? I listened to that bitch for 2 seconds. I hate that bitch. You know what we're gonna get because of me? 1 view. It's gonna come from your boy. Because we're getting shadow banned because I keep calling this. Welcome to a 1 view video. How you doing?
And as you were saying, we are shook by the fact that you are responsible for it.
No, you are shook at the fact that the trans movement has become what it is.
And a movement that influences people all over the world, and particularly children. And we see it in the fact that the number of young people identifying as transgender, non-binary, gender fluid, genderqueer is skyrocketing, which means that children are being exposed to these ideas, and it's certainly coming from institutions like the media, like Hollywood, like our public institutions.
Not wrong.
So to say that that is not happening, or to deny that that is the reality, negates the numbers that we're seeing.
You know what? I apologize for everything I said prior.
I think you should.
Because she made absolute sense, that woman.
She made some good points there.
She made some really good points.
Alright, let's hear the
What I
rebuttal.
would say is that the idea that there's a single transgender movement and ideology is disingenuous, and that at its core, being transgender is about separating sex from sex roles and gender roles that are compulsory.
Do you think that children should be able to transition medically?
No.
I think
No.
it just really depends on each individual situation. They should be able to make the best medical decision for them.
I am comfortable sharing bathrooms with the other.
What? This is an aggressively Punjabi
For
said
them.
voice.
Yo, look at this. Look at the shoulder length from this side of the room versus this side of the room. It's like,
Yeah, they're all linebackers.
bro, this side is just straight specimens.
Straight D, bro. That's a
Shit.
defensive line right there.
There's people got wider shoulders. Yo, there's people in better shape than me.
Yeah.
Bro, like, goddamn.
I am comfortable sharing bathrooms with the other side.
Hi, we're the social media world.
Yeah, I need to grow my social media. We literally go over this all the time.
Yes, I feel comfortable. Safe? That might be a different question, but comfortable? Yes, I feel comfortable.
What I think the bathroom issue opens up is an issue of predatory men taking advantage of the opening. That now they could walk into a women's bathroom or a women's locker room, as we've seen happen in instances like here in Los Angeles that we saw. And they go into a women's space, they expose themselves to the women, and then they say, well, I'm a trans woman and you've opened up this space for me.
But we cannot blame trans people for that. And
Nobody's blaming you.
That's the problem right here. Because again, when we walk into the bathroom, I'm not interested in knowing what you are, what you identify as. I'm trying to use the bathroom and leave out of there. What people have tried to say is that when trans women go into the bathroom, they're being predatory, and that is not the case. That is something we do not blame on trans women. Although you were not saying that, when we talk about predatory...
Let's be honest, bro. Hold on. This is an interesting issue. I don't mean to stop right there, but one thing I do think about is I actually have met a trans person back when I used to do comedy in the strip clubs, and like, yo, this is only one time though. I'm literally judging it based off one time and off this one particular trans person that I used to have conversations with. I'm judging and saying that there's multiple trans people across the country like this, but this particular trans person told me it was a man that became a woman. All right, like had the Adam's apple, you know what I'm saying? Still, but still became a woman, and this trans person told me that they still fuck bitches. You know what I'm saying? That they still fuck. I'm not bad for framing it that, but they still fuck women. You know what I mean?
For hoes.
But think about this though, dog. What if a trans woman who still sleeps with women, they go into a women's bathroom because they identify as a woman? You know what I'm saying? What if they're just like a peeping Tom? You feel me?
Right. Bro, like what they're talking about right now.
What if they're just a peeping Tom?
It's a serious concern, you know. It's like, I guess if like you literally...
Because I have met a trans person, became a woman, that still wants to sleep with women.
No, a lot of them do.
They're like heterosexual, though.
Yeah, and then that's fine, but it's like, are they like post-op? Do they still have a dick?
But at the same time, it's like, what are you going...
Like, if you still have a dick, I think like you should still use the men's room. I mean...
But at the same time, is it a mental circle jerk? Because you can't sit outside a bathroom and feel everyone's genitalia. So like, it really comes out, is it a mental circle jerk that nothing can be done about? Or...
True.
Or do we gotta do something about it because there's a select few that'll be peeping Toms? It's not like a black and white situation. Because are you gonna legislate because there's a select few? Because legislation means getting gross, low key. Or are you just going? Yeah. Or are you just going fucking? You know, because most of the time that shit doesn't happen. Is it not even worth it? No.
I don't know. I feel like if you still have a dick, I mean, maybe you should.
But the thing is that what about the ones that cut off their dick?
The ones that cut off their dick and go to the girls' room. It's the ones that, yeah.
But then what it gets so complicated, bro. And we're not doctors.
Not a doctor. No.
No, but I'm gonna just offer my opinion anyways.
I'm gonna offer my opiniacho.
It's a serious debate to be had.
Behavior, and we talk
So when the right goes, oh, it's just all bigotry. It's like, not necessarily, bro.
I know she's not. I know she's not strictly doing that. But because she said that, I think it's very important that I bring that out on the table and discuss it.
We have to have the conversation. Now, I'll open up the question. We know that if this legislation happens, if we move forward with this move, there are going to be men who take advantage of it. Now, I want to ask you, is your comfort as far as going to the bathroom more important than the female women that will be victimized by this?
Who said female women will be victimized by this?
They will, they have.
No, you're only assuming, but the reality of it is, again, when people are going into the restroom, they're only focused on doing one or two things, and that's using the restroom.
But you didn't answer the question. Is your comfort more important than the female people who could be victimized by this?
Okay, so let me help her answer the question. Which one do you think I'm going to get kicked out in? It wasn't the women's restroom. The issue that you're...
Well, you don't get to use the women. Gina, your name is Gino. Okay? You don't get to use the women's restroom, dog. Regardless of whatever the fuck is passed, you gotta go to the urinal.
You gotta shit in the urinal.
For real. Yeah. Even defecation, urinal.
He looks like a fucking gym coach.
Yeah.
Like he just got gym coach voice.
God damn. Yeah.
Like, hey boys, we gotta go in there and win.
Yo, like, put it this way, this dude is more of a man than Joe Bob still.
Well, Joe Bob's an actual crossdresser too.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys can hire.
First of all, you're already violating a whole bunch of laws. Okay? If somebody's exposing themselves in a bathroom, that's a whole different environment rather than just letting trans people in. In California, it's right now 100% legal for trans people to go use the bathroom of their choice, so I don't know what law you're talking about.
Bro, yo, we gotta pass a law against y'all fucking using the sidewalk. No, I'm
playing. I would not stand up for cis women that were in the restroom, and that's not the case.
Yeah, those are like the trans Robert E. Lee. Like, we gonna take you boy down with spell.
Will you make a sculpture of me in northern Oklahoma.
Oh, nice dodge there. But the reality of it is, one thing I'm noticing is
Well, this is one of the most deplorable episodes we've ever done. It's like, yo, let's just go balls to the wall in our bigotry.
No, we're backing it up. We're
Sort of.
He's a piece of shit. Come on.
Yeah, I'm being a piece of shit this
Being a
episode.
piece of shit. But this guy's a fucking linebacker. Like, guys, come on.
Yeah, for real.
Come on.
They're still violating the law all over the place.
This guy looks like trans Walter White, who's 30
I know
pounds.
in today's age this is gonna sound very radical and but I don't
Damn.
agree with the transgender ideology, and so for me it's encouraging
Goddamn.
something that is based in what I feel is
Yo, literally look at her waistline to the left. Gorgeous.
Wow, she's the hottest and the most deplorable.
man into
She's like,
Let's ignore her. Let's ignore.
into the transgender ideology, so like you guys shouldn't exist.
Let's ignore her ability to be hateful like that, okay?
That was pretty bad.
But she is gorgeous, bro. Like the face to the waistline. Yo, the waist to the fucking leg to the face. Oh my God.
She got like a Spanish little painting. Dude, what the fuck
Yeah,
is
bro.
this?
She's like, yo,
She got some Picasso ass.
Yeah, that's
right
what
now,
I'm
bro.
saying, bro. She's beautiful, bro. God damn.
Está española.
If that's the case,
Ole! Her
to
dating.
some extent, all gender is delusion. If we're looking at historically anywhere from, midwives after the enclosure of the commons in the 1400s, having their whole trade affected, or Brewsters having their trade affected, and now we don't think of women as, Brewsters, or that creating beer is a womanly thing. These all came from social conditions. These all came, a lot of gender, regardless of biological sex, it didn't like naturally flow out of our genitals and like it was like, we're like, this is how my genitals are, so this is like how my gender is gonna be. That didn't happen. That's not like a lot of people who are either transgender or who
Name
are,
Ryan.
LGBT
Ryan is the real name.
At first,
I promise you.
remember there are a lot of things where like I would kind of like come up against.
This is Cannoli Boys, the most transphobic episode ever. Yeah.
That's wrong.
It's like our trans witches Mago special.
It wasn't until kindergarten that like someone told me
The three
that,
kings have arrived, and they are deplorable.
Yeah.
I don't
Each and
feel
every one of
comfortable going to any bathroom in this
They have
world,
come to
like,
praise the
because
Lord in a very
and
strict
to
sense of the
trust
word.
the appearance of that. I think that's disingenuous, but I do think that we need a
Where's
system
Pirlo?
to make ourselves safer. I don't really know anyone who doesn't
What is
feel a
this?
little bit
What's this
uncomfortable
box?
going to the bathroom.
Bud?
Trans people are not a delusion.
We're not
It's
decided.
very clear. We're here.
The one
We've
by
been
my-
here for
by my
ages.
job.
We've been here since the beginning of time.
What's the spot
We're in
though?
your history books. And I don't think
How much
I think
is
it's very
one of these?
disingenuous to say that a whole
That was
identity
like
is
the
a delusion.
higher end. That's
I
50.
believe that you feel like women. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there is an objective truth, and I don't believe in his truth, her truth, their truth, my truth. Like there is truth, and
Who defines that truth?
like it's already defined. And I, as a Christian, I believe God is the one who set
Yeah,
truth.
But who defined
Is
that?
the truth.
Who defined that?
Hello.
God.
Living in the Bible Belt with religion taking center stage, it's
Oh,
hard.
Blossom used to be cotton. Goddamn, she from the Bible Belt.
To really be able to express who they
Racist.
are.
Right.
Blossom used to be cotton.
I couldn't talk to my mom.
She used to
about it.
be
I couldn't talk to
cotton.
my dad, my siblings, because ultimately I felt like it wasn't going to lead to anything because there wasn't a lot of education in the cis community like there is in the trans and non-binary community. We're talking about a book that was written by a man with his own bias.
I'm personally not religious and I believe in science.
When we talk about chromosomes, it goes back to the conversation we were talking about
Wow,
earlier
geez.
about being intersex.
But we're not talking about intersex. We're talking
She's not even religious, and she's mad conservative. This one, the other one.
about
Which one? Sure, her?
born
the
as
other
male and they try
Her.
to transition
No,
into
no,
the
not
fact that
her.
they're trying to transition into a female in the first
The other
place
hot
shows
one.
that they
That's
aren't
conservative.
actually that, or else there would be no need to transition, right? So when you say, okay, I feel like a woman, what is that? What does that feel like?
Oh.
And how do
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
that
that?
figured.
I'm not saying I feel like a woman. I am a woman.
So then why did you transition? Why can't you just present as a man but be a woman?
I transitioned so I could be who I was. I did not feel like I was the person that I identified with when I was born. So I took the steps to align my outside body with how I feel on the inside. What makes you stand up every day and make you identify as a woman? Let me challenge you on that.
I am a woman, and I don't like being called a cis woman because I'm not a cis woman. I'm a woman. I'm not a birthing person. I'm a mother.
So get mad at the terminology, not
Okay, yeah, because I get this. The whole cis and what the fuck? Like, that's annoying, too. Then we gotta learn all their terminology and the fucking
Yeah.
pronouns and shit. It's like, we get it. I don't even have a problem with what y'all do. You know, obviously I don't. But it's just like, then it's like you always, if you don't know the exact terminology or how somebody identifies, you're immediately a bigot. It's like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm talking about?
Say that sentence again.
Bro, it's like if you don't immediately know what they identify or their terminology, you're a bigot.
Because it changes every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's-
saying.
it's what I mean,
That's what I'm
like-
saying. It's like I don't even have a problem with how you identify.
If I ask,
whatever.
just don't move the goalpost every two fucking
That's what I'm-
seconds,
that's
bro.
what I'm
Like,
saying. It's
yeah.
like, why do I have to identify?
Yo, I'll call you whatever the fuck you want to be called. Just don't
Why
move
do
the
I have to? I'm just
goalpost.
a dude, bro. I don't. What do I
Yeah,
have
like-
to identify as anything?
Yeah, like I grew up in, I grew up Catholic near a railroad. Okay, like let's get serious here. Like, yo, you gotta teach me these things.
We want to be educated.
We want to be, bro.
Just like open the door
Yeah.
a little bit. Open the door.
How you doing, Peter? Open the door.
Terminology.
This is what I notice a lot of
Oh,
cis
David,
people do.
David.
The terminology has been around for so long. Cis is a prefix. Cis means same. Instead of getting mad at trans and non-binary people for using updated terminology, get mad at Webster. You're not going along with the times and being educated on the different pronouns and the different identities.
You have to admit, some of the pronouns are kind of ridiculous. I mean, to be, with all due respect, I mean, you I'm sure you have to agree some of the pronouns.
I don't think they're ridiculous. I think they're very expansive. Trans and non-binary people just want
Oh,
to respect
God.
their chosen pronoun. We are not trying to.
I don't think
Over
that.
the titties.
She goes, I don't believe the pronouns are ridiculous. I think they're just expansive. Yo, listen, buddy.
What does that mean?
Listen, buddy. They're invented every day by idiots like you who don't even know what the fuck they are. That sounded terrible. I'm sorry.
Pirlo, what are you doing?
Man, you're little.
Man, you're little and mean.
Man, you're mean.
Mean and
understand-
little.
Mean and little.
Little.
And little.
To educate yourself and
And
understand.
mean.
And mean. Oh, look at him. He wants to be a star of cannoli, boys. Look at him.
He's a show dog.
Look at him. He wants to be the star of
Can you take
cannoli.
a step forward?
Fimsdale. You want to be the star of cannoli? Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes.
What a job that I don't hate.
Oh, God.
What if
Those
something
depressing
like that happens?
commercials.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and
I'm not able to
pillow.
have children. So I'm still strong. I'm funny.
There you go.
Physically strong. I'm smart and I have a lot of strengths. I don't believe that having a baby is the greatest strength because not all of us can. I cannot have kids due to medical issues from a medical procedure that I had when I was younger. And
She's technically trans.
it's
She can't have kids. That's technically not a woman. Guys, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
if
be
we're gonna-
fruitful and multiply. You kind of missed that one.
We're gonna tally it up. I mean,
What kind of conservative
you're really
are you?
hating the other.
What
What
type
you
of
don't
conservative-
consider women? It's like
What
I
type
don't
of
know.
conservative are you? You can't even be fruitful and multiply.
Sounds like you didn't read the Bible. I mean,
Sounds
I
like
don't
you
know.
didn't read the Bible or well, no. She probably read it. She just didn't obey it because she can't multiply.
Yeah, honestly.
You know what? That's mean.
Jesus would give you no. Jesus would give you a fucking 2, bro.
No. That's mean. That's mean. She can't she can't multiply. We know multiple comics who suffer from that. That's why they do comedy. Okay, let's be honest. It's mean.
It's a hard subject to talk about.
Hard subject to talk about. That's why you should have gone to an open mic by now.
I'm any less of a woman, but who you had another question? I'm sorry.
You're not a chick.
I'm sorry.
You know what? My contrary to the thing I said to you. I'm like, she's like, does it make me less of a woman? Can we change the question? I'm like, yeah, you're not a woman. I'm like,
For real?
no. Is she? No, she is. She is. We're being mean. We're being so terrible. She's a woman, bro. I feel that's terrible, bro.
Mean.
No, that's horrible. She doesn't get to have that, like, fucking joyous moment.
That's terrible, bro. Yeah.
Dog, that's horrible, bro. I feel bad for her, low-key.
Yeah, like, women love children, bro. That's
yeah,
terrible.
I feel bad for her, low-key, bro.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Fact that I would never be able to do that.
Okay, but you, buddy, listen, buddy. Yeah, like you ain't him.
Side. Women are amazing. They don't just deal with that. So.
While giving birth is not a woman's greatest strength, I do think that only biological women are capable of going through that process and bringing life into the world.
I need to push back on that because we're also forgetting that trans men and trans masculine people can also give birth as well. And I don't think it's fair to just set it on one group that says that just biological women have that power to just give birth. And we have to be very clear when we look at the nuances of birth.
I recognize that there are people who have different identities. There are biological women who identify as men and then go on to give birth. I would argue, however, that those people are still biological women. And I know that is something that can offend many, but that stands as my belief.
So the correct term is actually cisgendered woman. Cis means same. It means that you identify with the birth that you were assigned. And so, I just really, really wish that we would kind of be a little bit more able to...
Y'all invented the terminology. Okay.
Well, what did they invent? What did they invent?
Cisgender. It's just like we used to just call it a person.
A person, yeah.
Okay.
The terminology? Because I think
should we take a water break soon?
Open up that dialogue and that discussion.
If I may, I think
the
conversation kind of comes back to
10 minutes, I'll take a water break.
Women. And I think if we don't agree there, it's
because I don't even think we're halfway.
Keep the conversation going.
Goddamn.
Or even agree on
we're like about to be halfway.
Talking about because if
3 minutes water break,
women
and then we'll
women,
come back.
Then the conversation kind of ends there in terms of whether they're like men can give birth or not, if that makes sense.
I'm not sure that's the case. I feel like the ability to give birth is not like the end all be all of a woman's like meaning in life and herself and her personality. And I think that if you can acknowledge that, I would also then maybe challenge the idea that womanhood, as opposed to like a female sex, like womanhood is a consistent thing that has always been one way.
The description of womanhood requires having children. God damn, that is a common Yo, literally, any woman will describe this to you. When you get with a woman, Gianluca, she'll describe this to you. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. She'll describe this.
I'm sorry I don't have that many fucking Egyptian...
Oh, God, don't even say, bro. Stop
Egyptian Farhidis on my tail.
Yo, let me tell you, every woman will describe to you wanting to have children if you're with them long enough. In detail. Before you actually have them. I'm telling you, yo. I'm telling you. Bro.
Farhudi, you got caught.
Yo, you know why fucking this individual here, technically in my eyes, is not a woman? Because they can't go through that description. Every woman that I've been with for an extended period of time has been described that to me. I'm telling you. That's what if you can't have that discussion, to me, I don't know. I just couldn't fathom being with a woman for an extended period of time without having that discussion about children. Even though I feel bad as fuck for this woman because she's, oh god. But you know what I'm saying? It's something, yo. It's so serious for women. It's so serious. But this dude, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, yeah, yeah, this dude, get the, bro. Yo, this dude here. But this chick here, it's like, you'll never participate in that discussion, bro. That's something every biological woman that I've encountered personally, that I've been with for an extended period of time, whether it be my girlfriend or just a chick I've been having sex with for a minute. You know what I mean? That ain't a discussion that don't cross the table, bro.
Chicks are baby crazy.
Yeah, this individual will never have that discussion.
Because they can't have a kid.
It's about standing in
But then it's like, no, they gotta be like, oh, they can have a period. It's like, come on.
No, they can't. They don't menstruate.
It's
just
mean.
mean.
It's mean to say that to them.
Yo, but do you know what's crazy?
They can even be a woman, but you're not gonna have a period.
Okay, you see the chick there that can't have kids? I bet you that chick there menstruates but can't have a kid.
Yeah.
Think about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all cut and dry, bro.
Veramente.
It is about being confident in who you are. And me, as a black trans woman, should not be a threat to you. And what I see from a lot of cisgender women is they're trying to deem what womanhood is supposed to look like. I have my own perspective of womanhood. We can coexist in the same world, but the reality is we get so stuck on parts. Having a vagina is not the only thing that makes you a woman. I'm sorry. It takes integrity, it takes courage, it takes lifting other women up. It takes those things to begin to define womanhood, and there's so many other different things.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, so if I were a white person and I said blackness is about integrity and courage and kind of the same thing that you've used to define womanhood, and then I said I want to transition.
Yo, she can't even keep a straight face. Look at her. Look at her laughing, bro. That's why I fuck with this bitch. Bro, she laughing like, yo, you can vibe with her. Beautiful, and you can vibe with her. She's the real
She's roasted
deal,
right now. She's
roasted, but so subtle.
Identified as being white.
Bro, she's roasting, but it's so subtle. It's beautiful.
What if I identified as being white?
Fit
what if I was white?
But you could pass for white, yo. She could pass for Italian, bro. What the fuck is she fucking...
Lebanese.
Right. There's no objection.
Anything Middle Eastern.
Colombian, Puerto Rican.
Colombian, Middle Eastern, Southern Italian, Greek,
Southern Italian,
Cyprus, Turco.
Maybe even Spanish.
Spanish for sure, bro. Marroquino, whatever, bro. If I identified as... You identify whatever the fuck you want to identify as. You
she
good.
She just identifies as hot, bro.
Yeah, she just identifies 10 out of 10 gorgeous, God-blessed woman.
Perfectly rounded mouth.
Perfect genetics. Yo, hit the genetic lottery by 1,000,000. Gorgeous woman.
Consider that appropriation, or do you think that's something I should be allowed to do?
I consider that dodging, and I consider that comparing apples to because race and gender identity are two separate things. Because when we look at race, we have to look at many, many different structures of what whiteness and white supremacy looks like and how white supremacy can be manipulated into other things. And what happens is the closer you are in proximity to whiteness, you're able to weaponize it against other people. It reminds me a lot of Rachel Dolezal, who, married a black woman. It really did open up many more doors of conversations around it, but it's still wrong.
But do you know Rachel Dolezal?
Yeah, the head of the NAACP.
Yeah. This shit is awful.
So fucking crazy.
Yo, let's get this water break.
Alright, folks, we'll be back.
We'll be back. We're gonna take a hold on.
Water break.
Agua, ¿qué pasó? Your little pirla.
Mangly.
Always mangly. Prendiamo dell'acqua. Oh god, this is getting out of hand. This fucking document, this fucking Jubilee, bro.
It's still not fair because she would still ultimately have a privilege that
We're back, folks.
trans women would not begin to have.
What's interesting is that we're talking about race and gender, or as we probably like to call it on our side, sex. Race actually has a more understandable structure for people being transracial. Race does actually exist on a spectrum. I'm biracial. Many perceive me to be black, even though I am also half white and half black.
Yeah, then what the fuck happened? Because
Well,
you sound like
you're
a
half
fucking
Clandis, that's
you-
for sure.
Yeah, you're half Clandis, yo. You sound like a fucking plantation owner's daughter. You know.
Ooh.
Oof.
House royalty.
You know. Oof.
Oh.
Oof. I might have went too far with that. Then you took it even further than me.
I took it
Yeah,
great,
you
dude.
took it a much, much worse level, bro. I thought I was bad, and then you spoke, and I was like, okay, I'm not that bad of a person.
No, you said plantation owner's daughter. Fuck off.
And then you said house what?
House royalty.
Okay. Alright. We're at equal.
Hey, don't drag me in.
Whatever, she's an Uncle Tom.
She's an Uncle Tom. That's what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Alright.
We label people like President Obama as a black president, even though he is as well. Race has never had binary markers.
No,
It does exist on the spectrum.
he's half Hawaiian. Or
Yeah.
That's what he is.
No, yo, his mom is like, yeah, his mom is white, and his dad is Kenyan.
No, but his mom just caught like a black wave, bro. Like it's all good. It's all mana, man, bro. It's all good, brother.
It's all good, brother.
It's all good, brother. His mom caught a black wave, an African wave.
Yo,
She got pregnant.
His mom also
Boomba.
caught an Indonesian wave. You know that? Obama has a half sister in Indonesia.
Ooh, she's just like international.
Bro, you never saw that, bro. You never, yeah.
She's a international.
I had to Google
woman.
that shit because I saw the I saw that movie with the It was a movie on the Paramount, I think. It was about the first date between Michelle and Barack Obama. It was called
Is it a movie?
South Side with Me. That's the name of the movie. They went on a date in the South Side of Chicago, Michelle and Barack Obama. And yeah, it was about their first date. And he goes and he's like, well, you know, I lived in Indonesia for a few years. And I was like, what the fuck? And he does. So I Googled it, and he has an Indonesian sister. And that's like true. That's like that's just like a fact that like even CNN talks. Like yeah, he has a half
Indonesia
he has
is
a half Indonesian
Muslim
sister.
country.
His mom was in bed with the
Barack
kafala.
Hussein. We might have had our first kafala president. They might have snuck him in.
He might have been a Muslim from Kenya. You know what?
A
Yo.
Muslim from Kenya grew up in Indonesia, folks. I don't know what to tell you. Come on.
And if you want to hear the truth, his birth
Conservatives never connect the dots the right way.
As Donald Trump says, you want to hear the truth, Wolf? His birth certificate was not authentic, that I can tell you, Wolf. And if you report the news correctly, you would look at that birth certificate. It did not look authentic, Wolf.
Trump, he started he presented the birth certificate, but it didn't look authentic.
Did you ever see that interview where there's an interview, Wolf Blitzer, Donald Trump, and I'm always like, yo, this is the interview. Wolf Blitzer is partly responsible for why Donald Trump became president. I'm not even joking when I say that. In 2011, Wolf Blitzer had an interview with Donald Trump where I should have just cut him off the air. Would you like to see that interview?
Sure. Deviation.
We're getting
It's
into.
part of this.
It's what we do.
this
It's what we do. It's what we do. Hold on.
What we do, folks. Come on. How you doing? Cannoli Boys, Off the Rails episode, Friday night.
Yo, literally, I in journalism class, my presentation was about this particular interview.
Did slavery affect your family?
Before, folks, for the record, Temple University, you fucked up because I made a report on this interview before Donald Trump was president, and then you guys kicked me out of your school.
Yeah.
And this is it. This is that interview. Ready?
what's crazy about business credit is, one, you can get
No, that's not
at a
it.
0% interest rate. So at this point, you're not giving away equity, you're not paying
No
anything.
way, no equity.
Donald Trump. Donald, thanks very much for joining us.
I thought your reporter was very inaccurate in his description, and I thought the introduction was totally inappropriate and was actually very dishonest.
Well, tell us why.
I like it already. Really swinging. He's swinging right from the beginning.
Donald, welcome. You're dishonest. You're stupid. You want to hear the truth. Yeah. And this is a 2011, bro.
Yeah, this is
a 2011. This already
a
started.
preview to what we had for 4 years, front row.
And that's what I'm saying. Wolf Blitzer's to blame. Why Donald Trump became... He should have cut him off the air within like 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
And what he said was...
No, and then the fact that low-key CNN after the fact would always play the ridiculous shit he says. He was just giving
Since
him free
2011.
advertising.
Since 2011.
Free advertising, bro. It's ridiculous.
almost as though President Obama wrote it, but I'm sure he knows that. And I thought it was a very inappropriate introduction. But go ahead with your first question.
Well, is there a specific issue you want to dispute that he mentioned? Because if you do, I want to give you a chance.
Obama does not like the issue of where he was born. His own publisher, as you know, using his words, said he was born in Kenya and he lived in Indonesia. Of course, now he's denying that amazingly. So I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk, as you said you would, jobs, China, what's going on with respect to China and how they're ripping this country, what's going on with respect to OPEC, and how the nations of OPEC are laughing at the stupidity of our country.
It was like laughing. You know who's laughing? They're laughing. Yeah, so it's always with Donald Trump. People, whatever enemy he has in his head, he doesn't picture them doing like terrible things. He just tries to implement ahead of it. He's like, think of the enemy. Now think of them laughing. It's always like
the laughing because they're beating us. They're winning, folks.
It's
They've
like
turned our society into a carnival.
It's like, let me tell you something.
They are the orchestrators.
You want to hear the truth? The Argentinians are laughing at the French. They're laughing.
We are laughing.
You are laughing, though. Yeah.
Suck our
You are laughing. You are laughing.
We are laughing.
But normally there would be no laughter.
These colors run deeper, baby. How you doing?
Oh, God. Now he's about to go into gay rant about his team. Here we go.
We're better than the French.
Take it away, Armchair Larry. Yeah.
We're better than the French, and we brought it back for South America. How you doing?
Okay, let's continue. There's your rant.
You know that's what I'm here to talk about, and I thought that your introduction was highly inappropriate, but that's okay because I've gotten to know you over the years.
Listen, Donald, first of all, I never said we weren't going to talk about the birther issue. We had a conversation earlier today. We didn't discuss at all what we were going to talk about. I don't know what.
Very much.
I don't know why you're.
I will tell you, it's not an issue that he likes talking about. So what he does is uses reverse psychology on people like you, so that you report like, oh gee, he's thrilled with it. He does not like that issue because it's hitting very close to home. You know it, and he knows it.
I don't know it, Donald. You and I have known each other for a long time, and I don't understand why you're doubling down on this birther issue after the state of Hawaii formally says this is the legitimate birth certificate. He was born in Hawaii. Why are you going through all of this?
Oh, no, because Wolf Blitzer's he's just like spouting off normalcy, thinking it'll work. And like, watch this, bro. Watch what Donald Trump hits him.
A lot of people don't agree with that birth certificate.
But if the state of Hawaii authorizes it, if the state of Hawaii says this is official, he was born in Hawaii on this date, here it is, why do you deny that?
A lot of people do not think it was an authentic certificate.
How can you say that if
you don't report it, Wolf? But many people do not think it was authentic. His mother was not in the hospital. There are many other things that came out. And frankly, if you...
His mother was not in the hospital.
transplant births. It didn't happen, folks. It was Kenya to Honolulu pipeline. Folks, it didn't happen. Ma cazzo. Questo ragazzo. Dano's fucking done. Oh, Dano's fucking done. Don't look at him, he's fucking wasted right now. Mato.
His mother was not in the hospital.
Mother not in the hospital, born in Kenya. Transplanted to Honolulu.
Oh, God. Oh. Bro, I can't even get this, bro.
You would report it accurately, I think you'd probably get better ratings than you're getting, which is pretty small.
Donald, have you seen the actual newspaper announcements?
This is like one of the best rated shows, too.
Within
Hold on. What did he say?
Actual newspaper announcement.
Getting, which is pretty small. Report it accurately, I think you'd probably get better ratings than you're getting, which is pretty small.
Donald, have you
Just digging on his rating.
seen the actual newspaper announcements within days of his birth in Honolulu? For example, the Honolulu Star Bulletin will put it up there.
Yeah.
You see the birth announcement back in 1961. The Honolulu. Listen to me, Donald. Honolulu. Can I ask the question? Donald, you're beginning to sound a little ridiculous. I have to tell you.
Let me tell you something.
Beginning to sound, bro. Holy shit. Nah, this is what the problem. CNN gave him a platform in the beginning to just clown the fuck out of them, bro.
Oh, no.
Dude, he's literally roasting this motherfucker.
Yo. Water break. Bro.
Alright, we'll be back, folks. Second
Water break.
An hour into this.
Well, let me
we gotta
tell you.
finish this and then.
Fuck, this is gonna be a long one. Oh man, I gotta drink some. Johnny. Oh God, I can't take this. Yo, this is the best interview I've ever seen. Oh. This is the best interview I've ever seen, bro, in my life. Yo, you know what's crazy? I wrote a report on this interview in college.
For real?
But I've laughed every time I've seen it. Alright, ready?
Ask me a question and let me answer it.
It just starts off with Donald screaming.
You sound ridiculous. And if you ask me a question and let me answer
Question,
it.
did the conspiracy start in 1961 when the Honolulu Star Bulletin and the Honolulu Advertiser contemporaneously published announcements that he was born in Hawaii?
That's right. And many people put those announcements in because they wanted to get the benefits of being so-called born in this country. Many people did it. It was something that was done by many people, even if they weren't born in the country.
He's like so nuts. He's like, the conspiracy to make Obama president started in 1964.
That's the year.
That is nuts, bro.
That is the year to import an Asian kid.
Yeah.
From Indonesia, though. Come
Yeah.
on, Vietnam.
Exactly. Yeah.
They got Obama and that Asian girl. Yeah, Obama's one of them Indonesian black samurai Muslims.
So do I.
So explain why, Donald, explain why why did the state of Hawaii authorize that live birth certificate? Why did they do it? Are they part of this conspiracy as well?
Well, you know, your Democratic governor, who's the one that was there eating, and a lot of people say, where did it come from? And they're saying, how come he didn't show it to John McCain?
He's right. This state of Hawaii was in on a conspiracy to make Obama president since 1964. And this dude, 3 minutes in to a 10-minute interview, this dude has not stopped him. He has not cut the air.
You're responsible, bro.
Yeah, you are responsible.
You are responsible.
And I wrote a thing. I'm like, yo, Wolf Blitzer might be the worst interviewer of all time. He didn't, look, Wolf Blitzer literally offered no pushback from this interview.
Yeah, dude, he just took it there because he's like, oh, this is going to get great ratings.
Just
Just as all of CNN is like, oh, we're going to run all of Trump's ridiculous shit because it gets great
How is
ratings.
Wolf Blitzer not laughing, though?
Well, you know, he's satanic.
He's.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
He's part of an elite media cabal.
Yeah, from elite media.
They have no emotion.
I was looking for that vocabulary. Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, it was only Donald Trump that got him to do it. So you know that, and I know that. And, you know, when you say that Obama doesn't mind this, Obama hates this subject. When his publisher comes out with a statement from him made in the 1990s that he was born in Kenya and that he was raised in Indonesia, and all of a sudden it comes out, I think it's something that he doesn't like at all. Now, what he says is, "Oh, we love it, we love it, we love it," because that's
let me tell you who hates this subject. It is Mitt Romney, who totally disagrees with you on this, including today. He issued a statement. Mitt Romney says, "Is Mitt Romney a Democrat?"
God, so what happened? Deve ver, merda. Fuck, bro, you're fucking up the cast.
Democrat? Is he an Obama supporter?
Look, when I speak to Mitt Romney about his jobs, when I speak to Mitt Romney about his China, because he's got a great view on China and how they're trying to destroy our country by taking our jobs and making our product and manipulating their currency so that it makes it almost impossible for our companies to compete. What I speak to him about is OPEC. I don't speak to him about this. You bring it up because you feel it's probably going to get a few more people watching your station, which unfortunately they're not doing.
Here's what the Romney spokesman Andrea said today. Not yesterday, not last week.
You're not working even at your lowest attempts.
That he believes President Obama was born in the United States. Now, he's not a Democrat. He's not an Obama supporter. He's Governor Romney, the Republican presidential nominee. He says you're wrong.
You know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Well, you know my opinion, you know his opinion, and that's fine. We're entitled, as he said yesterday in the airplane, we're all entitled to our opinions. And he's entitled to his opinion, and I think that's wonderful. I don't have to share that opinion, and that's wonderful also.
The state of Hawaii says it's not an opinion, it's a fact.
No, I don't think so. I think if you look at the birth certificate, take a look, and you tell me, really, you analyze the birth certificate.
Donald is the king of fucking...
Started alternative facts right there.
He invented alternative facts,
He
bro.
invented alternative facts, which was the currency of his presidency.
Yeah, that was it.
It was
bro.
all
It was all facts.
Like, this is happening, but this is really the reality, guys. He was always letting you in on the little secret.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. My God, so.
Fuck, bro.
There are many people that don't agree with that birth certificate. They don't think
He's going back.
I don't know when you say many people who don't agree. Like who? Give me a name of somebody in a position of authority in Hawaii who says, well, give me a name.
There are many people, I don't give names, there are many people that do not believe that birth certificate.
He's a real mobster.
Certificate is authentic.
Well, you know what? Let me ask you this, because you said when you were thinking about running for the Republican presidential nomination, you had an exchange with Meredith Vieira on the Today Show. I'm going to play the little clip because I want to follow up on this because it got me interested at the time.
This is ridiculous. You watch this.
I have people that actually have been studying it and they cannot believe what they're finding.
You have people now down there searching, in Hawaii?
Absolutely. And they cannot believe what they're finding.
Tell us what your people who were investigating in Hawaii, what they found.
Oh, yeah.
I have people that actually have been studying it and they cannot believe what they're finding.
You have people now down there searching, in Hawaii?
Absolutely. And they cannot believe what they're finding.
All right, tell us what your people who were investigating in Hawaii, what they found.
We don't have to go into old news. That's old news.
We don't have to go into old news. That's old news.
Many articles on the authenticity of the certificate. You can read many articles from just recently as to what the publisher printed in a brochure as to what Obama told him as to where his place of birth is. And that's fine, Wolf. Now it's appropriate, I think, that we get to the subject of hand, which is jobs, which is the economy, which is how our country is not doing well at all under this leadership, which is how are we going to do something about energy, which is really the things that I wanted to talk to you about, but you like to keep going back to the place of birth. I actually think that's an important subject, but I think we've covered that pretty well now, don't you?
One more point and then we'll move on, Donald. You know the governor of Hawaii who authorized the release of this birth certificate is not a Democrat, but a Republican.
I know nothing about it. All I know is that there are many, many questions from many different sides as to the authenticity of his birth certificate. And all I know is last week somebody came out with a very strong statement saying that he stated himself that he was born in Kenya and raised in Indonesia. Now,
yeah, he never did that.
I assume either the publisher or the president himself, and that's a statement. That's a pretty hard statement to refute. That was a statement made prior to somebody knowing that he was going to be
Klan Chronicle?
No.
running for the presidency.
A lot of conservatives, a lot of Republicans are worried that this whole issue of the birth certificate is going to alienate those undecided independents out there, and they're worried, frankly, that...
No, it didn't. It actually garnished more voters. Yeah.
It's like, maybe he is from Kenya.
No, garnish. That's the wrong word. It actually, what's the word? Garnish means to get rid of. It welcomed more voters. How do you say? What's the word? It brought in more voters, bottom line. Insert.
It anally gave them voters.
It anally gave them voters.
Yeah, let's go.
You're out there, out on the campaign trail right now with Mitt Romney. They want Mitt Romney to be president, but this issue is causing them some
We're still going to be racist to trans people after this.
You heard what he said on Sunday. Let me play the clip for our viewers who didn't.
I do not understand the cost benefit here. The costs are clear. The benefits, what voter is going to vote for him because he's seen with Donald Trump. The cost of appearing with this bloviating ignoramus is obvious, it seems to me. Donald Trump is redundant evidence that if your net worth is high enough, your IQ can be very low and you can still intrude into American politics.
Yes.
You want to respond to George Will?
Well, I've responded to George Will. He's not somebody that I've respected. I don't consider him a nice person. He was at Mar-a-Lago years ago and totally bombed in front of an important group of people.
Bro, he's like a comedian. He totally bombed in front of an important group of people.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, che bello. Yo, Donald Trump is...
He is.
Bro, he had me rolling.
He's like the dark arts of comedy.
He needs to do stand-up comedy, bro. He has me rolling.
He does. His rallies are his version. It's like the dark arts.
That's what I'm
of
saying,
comedy.
yo. If Donald Trump didn't enter politics and he just kept the rallies as stand-up specials, low-key, we're going to a rally.
Yeah. Well,
But, like, he's an enemy to democracy, so it's like we kind of have to hate him.
yeah. No, we would still go to a rally and roast people
Yeah.
in characters.
Yeah.
How you doing? Hey, my name is Dale Lawrence.
Dale Lawrence.
Dale Lawrence.
And I'm at war with Big Pizza.
Dale Lawrence, Luke Sean. Name's Luke Sean. And
Luke Sean,
I
I'm
really
Dale.
love the Constitution.
Yeah.
And I love God.
The Second Amendment's my favorite one. Second Amendment by far favorite.
Favorite.
Favorite, yeah.
Love that.
And I love the 11th
I
Amendment.
love bullets more than Jesus.
Yeah. I love bullets and I hate sodomy.
Bullets, no sodomy.
Oh, bullet.
But
no
I like
sodomy.
gun oil. It reminds me of the priest. Anyway.
Yeah, I love gun oil. Reminds me of that evangelical church I used to go to where they told me Jews were the result of me not having a job. Yeah.
To say about George Will. I think George Will is somebody that said recently that the Republicans will not lose as a Republican, that the Republicans will not win the election. I think it was a terrible statement. He's somewhat retracted that now, and I think the polls have retracted it. So I'm not a fan of George Will. I never have been. And I think that probably he wouldn't like me because
Never
of his
fan.
very, very sorry performance, pathetic performance at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
Are
you
you
should
going to
ask
try
his
to
wife.
convince Governor Romney tonight that
He had a
you're right on
pathetic
the board?
performance with his wife. Let me tell you, he told me about the orgasm. Terrible.
Your issue, and he's wrong.
We talk about jobs. We talk about China. We talk about OPEC. We talk about what many other countries are doing to us. That's the only thing I really have interest in talking to him about, other than I think he's a wonderful man, and I think he'll be a wonderful president.
How much money do you think they'll raise tonight?
A lot. They'll have a lot of money.
Give
And
me
lot
you got a
of people
ballpark?
coming. A lot of money will be raised.
So that's the Donald Trump. Alright, let's continue making fun of trans people.
Gender, however, does have binary markers. As much as we try, as much as we change the way that we self-present, chromosomes are not going to change. And that's just a reality.
All right, I'm going to bring up a little point here because
Hateful
you talked about the
Clandis
binary
fucking
side,
making a point.
Gender. Well, I was born a little both. I believe I never had my diploma.
Yo, you were that way for 60 fucking years. Yo, I bet you that's a wig because you have so much testosterone, your hair follicles thinned out. God damn.
I was going to check, but since I fathered two children, I'm assuming
You
I
fathered
male
two
chromosomes,
kids
so
and
we're
you...
intersexed, and
What
there's
the...
a lot of reasons
Bruh!
that happens.
Bruh!
This dude is a grand trans.
Bruh!
He's a granddaddy.
He fathered two kids.
No wonder he looks so masculine. He probably transitioned in his 50s.
Yo, what you trying to accomplish,
He
dog?
transitioned in his 50s or some shit.
Yeah, bro. What you trying to accomplish, dog?
Yo, that's crazy. That is the most masculine you could look. No wonder he looks so pronouncedly masculine.
Yeah, because I don't know what he's trying... Dog, stop trying to be with the kids. Not all the kids these days are trying to do that shit, bro. God damn.
Yo, he's just like, it's like one of those old
none of
guys
us
having a
will
midlife
settle down.
crisis. Like, I gotta do what the kids are doing. He's like, I'm gonna go trans.
You gotta try... Yeah, I roasted a dude yesterday for that. Yeah. So it was like a... What was he, 60 maybe? Yo, this motherfucker ain't have his pants like normal 60-years. They were like down low like the kids. I'm like, this dude trying to look like the kids, but you not fooling nobody. I'm like, you probably fart from your back. Yeah. Like,
oh yeah, I was there, dumbass.
Yeah.
It's fucking dork.
Yeah.
Yeah, roast this dude. Yeah, I was fucking there.
A friend of mine in the pediatric trauma world says about 1 in 150 kids come out with some degree of ambiguity in their gender. For me, that appeared as always feeling out of place. And
those tits have been there for about 20 years now without surgery.
No, dude, this is like a transition into midlife crisis, bro.
So, and then they gave me testosterone for the first 11 years of my life.
11 years of your life?
You had 2 kids. You needed testosterone?
Wait, I'm confused.
Binary. Well, I was born a little both. I believe I never had my chromosomes checked, but since I fathered 2 children, I'm assuming I have the correct male chromosomes. So I was intersexed, and there's a lot of reasons that happens, none of which are well studied or understood, but
he's a hermaphrodite.
Pediatric trauma world says about 1 in
enough testosterone to create people.
Actual dude then transitioned.
Imagine if he was a full dude. God damn.
No, he's an actual dude transition. Became a woman.
150 kids.
But he's born a
Right.
hermaphrodite.
Like,
he created 2 kids.
Babies. Most of them. 99. I don't think. Yeah.
Has come out with some degree of ambiguity in their gender. For me, that appeared as always feeling out of place. And for the first week of my life, I was in the surgical wards at Naval Hospital in San Diego, getting pieces of me cut off. So, and then they gave me testosterone for the first 11 years of my life. I wish the world were truly sexually binary. It would make it so much easier. But there is a little bit of a smear, and as a trans person, I'm a very conservative trans person. I don't see the huge gender spectrum that a lot of people in the trans community do. Do I feel better having transitioned? Yes, absolutely. I used to live in a little shell, very large shell, but
this guy's boring me.
Now I'm.
You're boring
much more
trans.
About who I am. Is that the only thing that generally defines a woman? No, I don't think
you're like
that is
Ozzy
the only
Osbourne
thing
without the blow. It's
Oh,
like, what the fuck's happening, bro?
Yeah, this ain't
You're
no
just
woman.
old. You're an
I
ex-rocker.
don't give a fuck what anyone say. This ain't no woman. The hell is this with this elephant stomach?
That's a bloated queef, bro.
That's a bloated. Yeah. That's a bloated queef.
With that fucking whale blubber.
With that fucking
It's like,
elephant.
I'm feminine. You look like a fucking cholo, bro. Left out in the sun, bro. You look like your face just got a little bit
I
tanner.
think there are a lot of women who maybe on our side of the argument who will try to maybe invalidate your experiences by saying you can't give birth or you can't have a period. And while those things may be true, I'm sure there's a lot of other different struggles that you all are going through. And I would truly believe that you probably are highly discriminated against in our society, and it is hard to be you. It is hard to go through the things that you go through and have to deal with some of the responses that you get from people. And it's not a struggle that I wish on myself.
Is extending an olive branch.
Trans women should be allowed to compete in women's sports.
They'll win all the sports.
I do think that trans women have every right to compete in women's sports. When trans women are on hormones, the hormones break their body down.
You would be the best athlete of all time if you played any women's sport. So shut the fuck up.
Basketball. Yeah.
Name the sport. She'd be the
Hockey,
best at it
she'd
of
be
all.
the best at it.
This particular bitch, absolutely.
Boxing. Yeah, she'd be a world champ.
She's murdering.
Yeah.
She's putting people to sleep forever.
Having gender affirming surgery breaks down the body. And so I think we really need to be educated.
But not enough. Come on, stop
That
lying.
trans women are stronger than cis women in sports. Hi, everybody.
I find it interesting that you assume the people who disagree with you are uneducated, and I will speak out against that. I think the research shows that trans women do happen to have a biological advantage against biological women. Even though you're taking hormones and it does start to change your body and level things out, you're talking about primarily people who have transitioned post-puberty, which means they do have male bone density, male wingspan, male hand size, feet size, lung capacity. All of these things are going against women, biological women, when trans women start to enter their spaces, their sports, and compete against them. And this is really concerning for me.
I think for me, it's not a question of whether or not trans women can compete in sports. It's a question of how can we change the institution of sports in this country to make it equitable and to create more opportunity for cis women, for trans women. And like that's kind of like why I wanted to actually ask you all, like, what has your relationship to sports been?
I don't think you have to have a direct relationship to sports to realize that women are being affected by this issue, and I do reject the idea of equity. There is no way to come about the quality of outcome.
Mi scusi.
This guy. Mi scusi.
Which is what equity is saying. There's a reason that women's sports are less funded and less watched than men's sports, because men seem to excel athletically and they seem to press the bounds of athleticism way farther than women do. We now exist on a slippery slope. If it's female sports, is it then female locker rooms? Is it then female prisons, which we're now seeing becoming an issue here in California, where biological male inmates are being put in female prisons because they identify.
And there have been rape cases because of that reason,
bro. How much we give into.
Bro, no joke. There have been trans women that have gone into female prisons and have raped women.
Yo, is this Amala or Kamala?
Hello,
Kamala Harris. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Those tits are a little low. Not
I like those titties.
No, I
don't. I'd suck on those titties.
I don't. I would suck on them too. I'd pipe, but they're not.
Pipe and suck.
But there's better. There's better.
Fuck.
They're laying low. She's gonna age quicker.
Yeah, but
feelings of wanting everybody to be accepted. And
she's not youthful.
To do that
her sexual marketplace value is low.
I use myself as an example.
Right now it's looking good. Long time it's not looking good.
I used to be able to walk up to a V8 engine block, pick it up off the floor, and set it on a table. And if I was in powerlifting or weightlifting, that amount of, that advantage was just unbelievable. I've been on hormones for 15 years. Did it weaken me? Absolutely. Did my bone density really hasn't changed, my muscular hasn't changed. And this is not a binary question. There's a lot of nuances involved.
I just want to ask a question for what you were saying. Can you throw out some statistics?
Not offhand. I hate when they say, not offhand I can't. No. But if I go into my phone, yeah, I can. Can I pull out their phone?
Statistic of what? Is what I don't get.
Proving that, like, trans and shit have an advantage in sport. You know what I'm saying? If you pull out your phone, you can find all that info. Yeah. Because I've been in this situation with my old stream where a trans person has confronted me. It's like, can you find evidence where it says trans have more, perform at a better rate than women? And I'm like, you know what? I'll pull up my no, not off head, but let me pull up my phone. And I do, and I consistently get proven wrong.
To have there's an abundance of research. There's even trans activists who agree with exactly what I'm saying. And your hormones can change, right? And even she just spoke to the fact that her bone density.
They should be allowed to pull out their phone.
In going on hormones and changing these things, and we can see it in sports as we're watching them.
You're not a chick.
So if you can't throw out the statistics, we're not doing enough of the work.
You're a physical specimen of a man.
Cisgender women who produce high levels of testosterone as well. And so we really have to unpack it from all different sides.
Flyman.
Can you produce statistics about the bone density of biological men and how it changes upon being on hormones and whether or not it levels out to biological women?
I actually cannot, because when I would think of those statistics, I would think it was BS, to be quite honest with you, because the reality of it is we could talk about statistics and the research all day long, but it's about experience. We're going to be looking more at the experience, because again, when we look at cisgender women who produce high levels of testosterone and who have been kicked out of sports and been disqualified from teams based on something that they biologically cannot control, then what are we really talking about here?
Well, we're talking about, data and that is overwhelming, and we're talking about what is also we're capable of seeing with our human eyes. I think it's very clear that if you compare maybe you to the rest of us, there is going to be a strength difference. There's going to be a bone density difference.
But you're just saying that. You don't know until we physically do something, and just perceiving and assuming just because I look a certain way, that's not fair. Me and her can look.
Yeah, but a certain way you look shows you have broader shoulders, bigger hands, bigger quads. You know what I mean? A very chiseled jawline.
You can look completely different or whatever, but she may be stronger than me.
I agree.
She have much more agility and vitality than I do.
No, because she has biological tits.
It's been done.
And it's been done. We've seen it
But it's an
time
assumption.
and again.
But we're only going on assumption at this point.
No, we're going with science.
When we see
fake
it,
hoe.
maybe it's the news cycle that I watch, but I see it a lot. I see it quite often where they're showing trans women beating. I'm by far.
And you don't see women dominating in the men's sports, right? You don't see trans men going into men's sport and just completely dominating and wiping the field with them. This is what happens when you, in my opinion, twist God's design, and when you go
you know something? Yo, I could get her to say. I would love to get her to say, "Oh God, oh God, oh God." Bella. Bellissima.
These problems that you wouldn't have if you weren't going against what God intended.
I'm going to take your side.
Where do I get one of these?
Let me say one more thing, and I'm supporting you on this one.
Should've hit the knob.
There's a great deal of women
Right,
that
pens are-
actually there was a lady in the last
Yeah.
Olympics that they actually
this one is
disqualified until she went on androgen blockers to knock her testosterone down to a female level. Like I said, this is not a binary yes or no question. And the whole idea of messing with what God puts up, God put me up.
Gotcha.
Okay, if you want to take that. And I had this conversation with a very religious man in San Diego, and he was like, "Oh, I don't quite know how to deal with that."
And God made you that way, but He didn't make a lot of the people transition.
I understand, but God also understands my transition. God, first of all, knew what I was going to be in my life. God already knew I was going to be trans when God put me here. So I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair.
Oh, she believe in Jesus.
You can if you're trans. Come
Dip
on.
and dab. Your relationship with God is personal.
Yeah, it depends on the church, man.
And I don't think it's fair when other people dib and dab in other people's relationship with God when they don't understand what they go through. God still blesses me as a trans woman. God blesses you as a cisgender woman. God.
Oh, God bless her.
In me.
God bless her.
Oh, she got.
God bless
she got once in a generation
her.
genetics.
Let me tell you,
That's
God bless
top
her.
of the line sperm.
God bless that lady.
That is that fucking fighter low.
Yeah, that is yo. God bless her.
That genetic. Yo, she like African and Norwegian or some shit.
Yeah.
Cause she look fine.
For real.
Yeah. As a trans person, I don't think it's fair, again, when we judge people's personal relationship with God. Gender identity, sexual orientation, none of that matters to a God that loves all.
Gender dysphoria is real.
Oh, dude, they're just gonna roast each other.
Hey guys, welcome to Forward. We're a new type of doctor's office that's providing.
No, you're
preventative
not.
primary
You're a
care.
doctor's
We've got
office that
world-class
doesn't
doctors
provide
supported by
medical
the most
service.
advanced
Wow, so inventive.
I think it is obviously real because many people experience it, but like any kind of dysphoria, whether it's someone who thinks they're overweight or anything, I think it should be treated as not reality. Like if I thought I was obese, I wouldn't want to go to a affirming therapist to tell me, yes, you are obese and you should, get skinnier.
Well,
That's obese, girl.
On the DSM-4, I think it was, when we actually declassified transgender dysphoria from mental illness to a condition. I had been, at that point in time, I'd been cross-dressing for 50 years. And,
Okay, maybe take back everything we ever said about this
What did I
guy.
tell you about the late transition? Very masculine.
Yo, okay, strike everything I ever said about this guy. He just didn't have access to it. And the grandkids, he just needed an outlet for the testosterone.
He wanted to be a grandma.
And because that dysphoria was there and every single thing I did to try to drive it away didn't work. I spent millions of dollars trying to be the coolest dude in the world. I bought airplanes, I bought everything that I could to just show the world how masculine I
Airplanes,
was.
yeah,
It
this
didn't
dude's
work.
rich.
It didn't go away. And I did therapy.
That's the thing,
and I purposely went to a therapist that was anti-gender affirming. And literally he said, you need to do this. And because it was so deep-seated. It's been 6 weeks as Gina with my son.
No, that doctor.
You didn't go to that doc. You didn't go to the right doctor.
That doctor would have been like, no, you need psychotherapy or something.
You need psychotherapy.
If you actually went
You
to
need to
this-
get a grip. You
No.
fathered 2 kids. What type of bitch are you?
If he actually went to this doctor that's allegedly like, oh, he's not.
It's all alleged. Yeah, it's all alleged too. But it's like, yo, if
He's
you ever
not gender affirming,
let me
and
tell
he
you,
told you to do
if,
that?
if
Okay.
yo, let me tell you, if he actually went to that doctor and that doctor did that, bro, it's like that doctor would actually say, he's like, get a fucking grip. You got grandkids. Who you fooling? You psycho.
You got grandkids.
Yeah.
You want them to now have a grandma?
Grandma,
they've
2
never
grandmas.
met? The
Yo,
fuck?
get real.
And at the end of that period of time, he asked 2 very fundamental questions. The most important one was, it's got to be truly exhausting for you to lead 2 lives. And I was kind of like, that kind of shook me to the core that my 22-year-old son saw that better than I did. So shortly thereafter, I announced to my family that I was going to transition. My wife and I separated because of it. The kids were not necessarily shocked, but understood and have supported me quite well. And my wife has actually become a very good, very warm, supporting person.
Gender dysphoria almost made me kill myself. And coming from Mississippi, at the time, there wasn't a lot of access to gender affirming.
Mississippi, holy fuck,
Fuck.
bro. Black and gay, that's illegal there. That's a
That's
30-year
illegal,
sentence,
That's a
bro.
yeah.
That's fucking...
Well, welcome to Brooklyn. All right,
Yeah.
continue.
Resources like hormones.
What?
Welcome to Brooklyn.
Welcome to Brooklyn. This
How
is
you
gay
doing?
Mississippi.
This is gay Mississippi.
surgery, whatever the case may be.
Pillow, you know
And
that's
a lot
my
of us
pillow,
trans
right?
folks who don't
Great,
have
in New
access
York,
to
that's
that,
30
a lot of
years.
us have to do sex
You know that's my
work
pillow,
to be able to
right?
afford some of these
Yeah,
things
it's
as
not.
well.
It's not a
And even
little
coming
hole
up
you
at the age
dug.
of 20,
Because
Yeah.
you're
I knew I had
digging.
a serious
I don't. You
dysphoria.
know
I
your
did
pillow is
to
that
my
one.
body that
Way
I
back.
should have went to a hospital to do. That is something that's very, very hard for
Look at
people
him.
to understand. A lot of us commit
That's not
suicide
yours.
because
You know
of gender
that, Pedro.
dysphoria. And so it hits our community a lot harder.
I do think gender dysphoria is very much real. I think the issue that's happened, especially in the space of science and research, is that we've looked at gender dysphoria and said the only source of care that we can go through is blind gender affirmation care. And a lot of the research shows that this is not the route
I gotta
to go
take
into.
Pirlo
And
out.
other countries that have decided to do nonpartisan research, Sweden, Finland, have decided that yes, gender affirmation care should be an option, but it really should be the last resort when it comes to treating people who appear at clinics with gender dysphoria. You know, a lot of conservatives will deny and say, well, gender affirmation care does not make them happier. And in many cases, that is true. But there are the cases like yourselves where the gender affirmation care does make them happier.
You know, I know.
Oh, she came with facts and receipts.
Transition.
Yo, saggy tits came with fucking facts and receipts.
Saggy tits, you wouldn't get up in there?
Yeah, I would get up in there.
Lick the sweat off them tits?
Of course I would.
Yeah.
But yeah, she came with receipts and facts.
Facts, yeah, for sure.
And she's considered conservative? Sounds to me like she's more than pro-science.
The only thing that's conservative is how her bra.
Yo, how is she conservative? Because she's pro-science? Like, what is the angle in this fucking Jubilee? Yo, what are these people? Like, ultra-lib? Yeah, they are.
No. They're kind of conservative.
Jubilee? Because they call her conservative, bro. They call her conservative. But all she did was make sense.
Not so.
So I'm
On
saying?
transitions, I've talked with a gentleman at a religious right convention one day, and he was sitting there screaming how Jesus got him out of his gender transition, and honestly, that was the saddest
You
man.
wanna go outside, Pirlo?
But
Wanna
I
go outside?
looked at him straight in the eyes, and I
Ready,
I
buddy?
said, you know, here.
Nah, you don't wanna
I
go.
don't agree with what you say, but I
All right, you don't
100%
gotta go
support
nowhere.
your right to say that. And he just literally broke down crying on the steps of the Supreme Court.
If I could interject really quickly, I do.
No, absolutely not.
I feel as though the medical
You're
profession
not
is
funny,
actually
bro.
inching towards a space that is going to become unsafe for people who try to express their gender dysphoria, because now we have young children coming into clinics expressing this, who by and large, statistically, about 60 to 70% grow out of that dysphoria. But because it's become a political issue, where many activists have come in and say, no, you blindly affirm, you affirm to the furthest extent that you can, rather than going through a more comprehensive process with these children, we have a what I think is a medical tragedy happening against young people in this country.
Oh! She came with numbers, facts, and receipts again, dog!
Yeah, that's true.
But
Bro.
listen.
There should be like a lengthy process,
Yeah,
especially for kids.
Yo, and you know what's crazy? Bro, they labeled her as conservative. I don't even think she might... Yo, she might be liberal for all we know. She just came with facts and receipts. Gee shit. They labeled her as conservative. No! Why? Because she's not, like, ignoring facts and receipts when it comes to the trans issue? She could be a liberal, bro. She could just be like us.
Un liberale.
Yeah, un liberale.
I have been sexually harassed.
Oh, stop it. No one's sexually harassing the trans people. Who you fooling?
Actually, statistically not true.
I know.
They get harassed.
Well, us, if we were disgusting people, we would never sexually harass.
Oh, definitely. You're not even a chick.
Yeah.
Not even worth going to jail.
I do see.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck dudes, just go to jail.
Go to jail.
Yeah.
Sex is great, and
She definitely
talk
has.
about it, and there's no shame. And
I sexually harassed her for like a good portion of this episode.
blurting out, the fact that we're
Little
perpetuating
Cuban,
a culture
Icelandic
that's,
mamacita.
frankly, in my opinion, disgusting.
So, are you talking specifically about LGBT people?
I'm talking more so just about this sexual revolution, that the more sexual you are, the more partners you have, the more open you are about your sex life and everything, the more like liberated you are. What is consent? People are coming out of the woodwork saying, you know, I was violated, this happened to me, but they like drove home with that person. And I'm not blaming them, but I am saying those lines are being blurred because of our just flagrant disregard for any kind of like actual relationship prior to the sexual encounter. And I think a lot of people are being exploited left and right.
True sex positivity has been powerful. It has helped us to grow and learn about our bodies in so many ways and learn safe sex practices in so many ways. What I would blame for rape culture or for a lack of good boundaries or that kind of thing is we live in a capitalist system that has taken things like sex positivity and mangled it and repackaged it and made it a whole other thing than what it actually is.
I was sexually harassed for 5 years by a woman. That does happen.
What? Isn't that just like some backyard good fun?
No, you had urges too. Stop.
That's just like some Pornhub shit.
Stop.
I got harassed by my boss.
Ew.
She's
yeah,
a
but
chick.
it's a chick.
She spanked me.
It's a chick. Oh, yo, you.
What is this?
We're going.
This got so weird near the end.
We're getting canceled.
This might be a lost episode.
We might not. Yeah, we might. Are we uploading this?
Might not, but we're doing it. We did it live, folks. Hey, done.
I don't. Yo, clips, individual clips.
Yeah.
All right, so this episode will not be uploaded. We will upload appropriate clips
Because we won't.
We definitely crossed the line. Yeah. Okay, but appropriate clips will be uploaded.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be within this and that. It's hard coming from a man, but to me it was harder coming from a woman.
I got this. I know how to do it. I know how to do it.
You're going to probably touch on that about how men are more on the predatory side or the more harassing side. Sometimes. I just want to as well.
All through my life, you know, world's biggest kid in junior high school, I basically was harassed continuously for being gender non-conforming. Back then,
in high school, why are you lying?
Dude, you did not pass on your sperm.
Yeah, you are lying. No, they didn't have this gender non-conforming gender shit. When you were in high school...
Yeah, dude. You
are lying.
You look like you fought in Korea,
Yeah, you are lying, bro. You are lying through your teeth, dog.
Elvis was king when you were a jib, bro. Fuck out of here.
You know, everybody in junior high
Talk
school
about going the
together.
extra mile to try to
Basically,
be like the
I had a permanent
kids.
Welt on my bottom from people snapping towels at me because, you know, I wasn't as well endowed as I probably should be. I had, you know, pretty good sized boy boobs and basically was just unhappy being in sports. But, you know, it happens everywhere. I have been sexually assaulted.
No, you haven't.
And it didn't work out well.
Yeah, this
for
is why we
anyone.
can't air
It's
this.
real. Let me just put it that way. It's absolutely real.
Yeah, I think it'd be hard to find a person who hasn't been sexually harassed.
Not for you.
Dad was literally like, no, you weren't.
Yeah.
I was sexually assaulted. No, you weren't.
Yeah. This episode has got to get lost.
Yeah, it's cannoli lost it.
We cannoli lost it. We're just deplorable. We're on our worst behavior.
Deplorable.
Deplorable. How you doing? The Wolf. Yo, we're uploading the Wolf Blitzer episode, though. I don't give a fuck. The Wolf Blitzer interview.
That part, yeah.
A me non me ne frega un cazzo. The Wolf Blitzer shit going on.
I've had this recurring nightmare
And some of this.
something happening to me.
Yeah, this is the most of the lost
The
part.
salvageable parts.
Yeah.
When
The
you're not
last
believed
20, 30
as a
minutes,
desirable person,
forget it.
No, that's like 15 for sure.
When you're
Yeah.
believed in that
Gary,
women
yeah.
are
I was sexually assaulted. No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
I believe all women, not believe all half women.
It just feels so disempowering.
It's definitely not going up. Yeah, I'm terrible.
Seen as hypersexual, as inherently sexual, as inherently predatory, and yet at the same time you're seen as someone who can be isolated and sexually assaulted and not believed.
I don't think there's anything inherently predatory about trans people, and I think oftentimes when we're talking from a conservative perspective, it gets misconstrued as viewing you as a threat, and I hope that that never comes off. And I think that allegations of sexual assault, regardless of who they're coming from, should be taken seriously.
We agree on something.
Yeah, it turns out the woman you labeled as conservative was the most reasonable one.
Yeah.
She wasn't conservative, bro. She was probably a lib and she was a normal person. Y'all just so finugliated, bro. You were like, oh, she's not with the, line of the...
We got through, folks. It was fucking trash hole. It was...
You're just like, oh, she's not in line with the Newyorkese finugliati. You know what I'm saying?
What?
That woman that they labeled as conservative. It was like, no, she just had reasonable ideas. She was probably, a fucking liberal. She wasn't on board with all y'all's fucking finugliato BS.
For real.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We're mad at libs. No, we're not.
Libtarded. Nah, but it was a dope fucking
episode. Yeah.
It was dope. It's gonna be a cannoli loss episode though.
Yeah, but we're gonna upload the Wolf Blitzer shit.
I ain't down.
I ain't down.
Cannoli boys out.